Are you afraid of public speaking? Do you seize up and break out in cold sweat every time you're asked to deliver a presentation? Is your fear of speaking to crowds actually holding back your career? You've got these great ideas, you see, but you just can't seem to communicate them. Well, you're not alone. Research shows that more people fear public speaking than fear death. 75% of people suffer from some form of speech anxiety. Now, the good news is that public speaking isn't something you're born with. It's something that is learnt. Just like learning to play the guitar or learning a new language, public speaking is something that can be taught and learned. So your personality doesn't come into it, your genetics don't matter. In fact, many public speakers are actually introverts. They don't really like crowds. So, we've put together a course that helps you learn quick techniques to supercharge your speaking, deliver presentations and speeches confidently, get your point across and make your ideas heard, and boost your career path. But first, let me introduce myself.
Hi, I'm Hisham Wine, an international presenter, speaker, broadcaster and MC in Dubai. And I help clients host really memorable events and get their messages out with high impact and memorability from stage. Now, I've done over 200 events with a multitude of clients from all industry sectors, and I can tell you there is absolutely no substitute for preparation.
I've spent years honing these skills over hundreds of events, but you don't have to. In fact, I wish I had someone to tell me the basic techniques that could have got me ready in hours, not months and years, which is the time it's taken me to glean all this knowledge. But, based on what I've learned, here's some of what we'll be focusing on this course. The preparation, owning your space, physicality, making the connection, the voice mechanics, and things to watch out for. So let's start with Module 1, Preparation. You'll see master speakers apparently speaking just right off the cuff. Here's the secret, they're actually not. Appearing natural requires a tremendous amount of prep, and we'll look at how to get you to that stage so that you look natural but are prepared. Module 2, Own Your Space. Public speakers aren't superhuman, so they've developed systems to psych themselves up, get themselves ready, and prepared for going out in front of crowds. And we'll look at some of these rituals to pep you up and get you going to deliver a fantastic message. Module 3, Physicality, one of the most interesting modules that I really like. Here's a surprise, you see, public speaking is actually more physical than verbal. What your body is doing is as important, if not more so, as the words coming out of your mouth. So we'll talk about how to open up and give out the right body cues. Making the connection. Most people don't actually like looking at thousands of other people while trying to speak, and good speakers know that. So they find ways to not look at everyone at once, but still engage with their audience. So we'll talk about where to focus your eyes, how to do it, so you can engage with your audience but not get overwhelmed. We'll also talk about some crowd dynamics, like ignoring the naysayers, so the people that are a bit hard on you, finding your fans, because there's always people who are really gearing up towards your message, and you need to find them and then you need to work them, because they will then deliver that energy boost that will make your presentation absolutely fly. Next module, Voice Mechanics. Now think about the best presentations you've received. They're usually from people with reassuring, confident voices. Now there's a trick to that. This course will teach you to project and sound lovely without shouting or screaming, because sometimes when we try really hard, our voice actually rises in pitch and it looks like we're screaming at people as opposed to talking to them. The final module, Things to Watch Out For. Now this is basically a litany, a list of things that I've seen, observed and have had happen to me from stage. And in my years of broadcasting and presenting, these are the things I've identified to watch out for, and I'm going to share them with you. So we'll start with what adrenaline does to your body and your voice. Here's a secret. Adrenaline makes you jerky, makes you speak faster, makes your voice rise in pitch. All these three things together make you seem over anxious and jittery on stage, and that energy starts spreading through the crowd. We want to stop that. The other thing we want to avoid is the squeeze, where we just come up on stage and start talking straight away at the speed of an express train. That doesn't work. In fact, when public speaking, silence sometimes is really amazing, which brings us to our next point, taking your time and delivering your point succinctly, but at the same time slowly. Never just reading your slides. See, this is an interesting one. All public speakers have a safety net, a script, paper on a clipboard, keynotes, or slides on a teleprompter. The trick is to use this safety net sparingly and actually also expand on your message yourself, because otherwise you just wind up reading your slides and your audience can tell when you're just reading off of a piece of paper or off of a teleprompter, because the spontaneity is just not there. So we'll look into that. Not speeding through. I keep coming back to the speed issue, but seriously, a lot of dynamic speakers that I know, like marketing execs, C-level execs, when they get in front of a camera or they get up on stage, because of the adrenaline rush and the excitement, the first thing they do is start speeding. And speeding doesn't actually make you sound more dynamic. It sometimes reduces the impact of your message. But we'll look at all of that. But there's one thing I want you to remember. So remember, when done right, public speaking helps you connect. It gives you confidence, it builds your reputation, and it boosts your career. Public speaking isn't magic. It's a science and a bit of an art. It can be learned, that's the important thing. And I promise you that at the end of this course, you'll walk out ready to give killer presentations. So, join me.